Hey everyone, and welcome to the finale in the Duna mission trilogy. I don't really have a good title for it. Anyways, we're on to the rescue mission now. Here you can see I was fiddling with the idea of the crew transfer vehicle again, and I kind of just got away from that pretty quickly. I went for a bit of an unconventional approach here, though I guess by kerbal standards, it's really not that unconventional. So I realized I could have just either done a couple of things here. I could have just sent up a couple of capsules to take the crew down like I was originally thinking about. I could have refueled that Interplanetary 3 and kept it up there for maybe another mission or something. But I decided I wanted to get all 11 kerbals back in one shot. So what I did was I wanted to use those two docking ports that are on the Interplanetary 3, still protected by those heat shields, and I decided to build a couple of towers to dock with them, and on each tower there's going to be 8 parachutes, which you can see I'm setting up right here. And this was all just kind of a guess kind of thing. I didn't really do any tests to make sure this would work ahead of time, so I was just, actually I thought I was going to be, well, I don't want to give anything away, but I mean, it's the finale, so whatever. But, yeah, I really was just kind of winging it on this one. Now we got a crew of 3 random kerbals on here. I don't really recognize any of their names there. Midbull, Lodfree, and Magley, something like that, Magely. You can see the launch vehicle was the same, the Explorer 5, same thing as the landers and the crew transfer vehicle from episode 1. So I decided not to try to go for the direct descent because of the wonky angle that the station is orbiting. I guess it's not too terribly bad, but I just decided it was easier to get into orbit first, which is what you could see is going on right now. Just circularizing the burn at about 170 by 180 kilometers approximately. And then from there, we'll adjust the inclination at the descending node so that we'll be on the same orbital inclination as the Interplanetary 3. That's what we're seeing right now. Boop, 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 it's a 650 meter per second burn, so these inclination changes are no joke. But there's plenty of delta V in this vehicle, so I figured if we could brute force it, just brute force it. And from here we need to adjust, or actually find an encounter, which we've got going on right there, and then we just need to refine it, which is quite a much smaller burn compared to the other one there at about 6 meters per second. So at this point we've got our 280 some odd meter per second relative speed that we need to kill off, and we're pros at this now, so we're just going to park up right next to the station, and we'll jump ahead to a little bit here because I figured daylight's right around the bend and that'll just be better for everyone. So now we just got to get these docking ports lined up as per usual here. And just fly on in. There's that. And this is pretty straightforward here because we just need to undock from the back of that first tower and then jump back to the station, roll the station 180 degrees, and then we just need to refine the docking port alignment just a hair, and we'll push back in and deliver the second recovery package. And from there we'll decouple from the capsule, and the capsule along with its crew will go for a pretty standard deorbit. Now if you look in the bottom left, you can see that I'm in docking mode, and when you're in docking mode and press the space bar, stages don't work. And I didn't realize that I was in docking mode. And so I went into a cinematic view here with the UI turned off and figured we'd just cruise right back into Kerbin, which is exactly what we're doing. It looks great. I think it looks terrific flying into the sunset. And it's about here that I'm spamming the spacebar and wondering what the hell's going on. The parachutes did not deploy. I have another take where the crew makes it, but that take did not make it into the final cut of the video. I decided to just keep it in. Back up at the IP3, however, we're performing a deorbit burn, really, with our RCS and remaining monoprop to get the periapsis down to what was that, about 48 kilometers approximately. I think it was just over 48. 48.2, 47.2. But anyways, we've got this nice long shallow re-entry, so it's pretty easy going, and it should bleed off quite a lot of speed. You can see the mun out there, crescent mun, which is pretty cool. So hey, this is terrific because I got to use the heat shields now to actually protect something on the way back here at Kerbin, like I originally intended. Now it's not quite what I was intending to protect, but here we are coming up on the mountain range that's right by the Kerbal Space Center. If you look up a little ways there, you can see that patch of land where the Kerbal Space Center resides. And I guess for the sake of recovery, this won't be too bad. So we've gotten through all the heating, and at this point, we're going to hop into the cab with Jeb and pop that forward heat shield off. It's kind of making us dart right into the ground. It's very forward. Obviously, it's very heavy on the forward side, so pretty dangerous maneuver, but we had to get rid of those. Deploy all 16 parachutes. And now it's just kind of a cozy, nice jaunt through the clouds. Actually, it was a bit of a white knuckler here, because the parachutes don't inflate until very late. So at that point, we'll tuck in the air brakes and let the vehicle drop. And do a quick little pan around here just to assess the landing situation. Looks like it's pretty good. So Jeb's going to take a look out here. He's been cooped up there for the vast majority of the mission. And he'll kind of get eyes on the situation. And with that, that pretty much brings this video, or the series, or trilogy, to an end. This is kind of my first dive into this type of thing. I had a lot of fun doing it. I hope you enjoyed the series. If you have any tips or suggestions or anything like that, feel free to throw them down in the comments. I'm going to start brainstorming another mission, so I think I'm going to try to maybe make one more of these, at least. I don't know. We'll see where things take us, but I kind of do want to keep exploring this avenue here. So with that being said, though, I hope everyone has a great rest of their evening, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.